I really, 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 really don't want to do this. But I've been really struggling with my cognition, and I've been overindulging in comforting things. And so I'm just going to make myself do it. And I'm not even going to react. I'm just going to get in like it's nothing. But inside, I will be screaming. So, yeah. The water is 50 degrees and it is 37 degrees outside. So I got to get in the water because I'll be warmer then, right? I really don't want to. I don't want to do this. I don't want to.
I think it was much colder and it was moving.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to react. I'm just going to do it right now. I'm just going to do it right now. Yeah. No, I'm not reacting. I'm not reacting.
I just go down just a little bit more. There you go.
I'm not reacting. I'm good. Zen. I'm zen. I'm not gonna cry.
You're okay.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm zen.
Take some deep breaths.
How long's it been?
A little over a minute.
Are you serious? My feet hurt really bad.
Yeah.
Freaking done yet?
Close.
How long?
You going for 3 minutes?
It's the longest 3 minutes of my life. That's not true. That's not true.
Yeah.
Being in labor is the longest 24 hours of my life.
3 minutes.
All right. I didn't react. I did perfect. Yay! I don't even know what I'm talking about. Hello, my friends. Yeah, cold pod. Come here. Oh, just a big boy. Oh, just the biggest little boy. Oh. This is Smalliver. He's our wonderful cat. We also have Moose, who is the dumbest creature that's ever lived on planet Earth, and she won't let us pet her, even after a year of living in our house. She won't let us pet her. She's scared or something. I don't know what's wrong with her. Something's wrong with her. Yeah, so I got in the cold pod. It was pretty cold. Hence the name. Yeah, it's just some cheap thing we got off Amazon a while back, and it didn't really work using it in the summer because even with the giant ice cubes that we also got molds for, it just didn't get cold enough. Unless you just filled it up from like the hose water. But yeah, so anyway, my husband's been doing it for, I don't know, since it started getting kind of cold out, like over a month ago. He's been doing it pretty consistently and he's enjoying it. This was the first time I got in. And I felt pretty good after. Like I really just would prefer to go to the creek and not have to get in this dumb plastic tub, but I just can't get to the creek very often, so this will have to do. But anyway, I felt pretty good after. Like, I felt fine. I didn't feel like amazing, but it's funny because my husband always gets super like bundled up and puts on a hoodie and like heavy socks, and it's just super cold for a while after doing it, but I just put on my normal clothes and felt totally fine. So that was interesting. Like, he's normally very warm. He's like, he's always been very warm. He's got really warm hands all the time and stuff, but it takes him a while to warm up after the cold pod. But for me, I was just like fine after. I think my secret is that I'm always cold because my hands and fingers and especially my toes are pretty cold pretty frequently. So maybe it just didn't feel very different to me. That's not good, right? Is that normal? I don't know. So anyway, cold pod, yeah. I'm gonna try and do it even as it gets really cold. I gotta start doing it more frequently to build up my tolerance. Yeah, y'all, my cognition has been terrible. It's been terrible. And like, really, life has been pretty overwhelming and stressful for the last month and a half or so because there's been some crazy crap going on at my husband's work, and so he's been having to work this crazy schedule, which includes 14-hour overnight shifts. So, he's just gone a lot, and it's just a big disruption of routine and everything, and I'm mainly just the one taking care of the kids in the house, and so life's just kind of a little overwhelming. And that really seems to be a big a major thing that affects my cognition, is if I'm feeling overwhelmed or stressed out, that my cognition just like plummets, right? But I have to, like, even outside of that, it's not great. So I still want to improve it. Whatever. But like, I can't just be like whatever. I can't just have this. I can't guarantee that my life is never going to be stressful, right? Like, I have to figure out how I can not have this major decline in cognitive function when things get kind of stressful. Like, and it, like, I can function, right? I can function, but it's, nothing in my life is complicated, right? Like, doing the dishes, folding the laundry, taking care of little kids, like, sitting them on the potty. Like, none of that really requires any brain power. And that's mostly what my life is. So I function, like, I make do, right? I can get through it. But like, I also homeschool. My oldest is in kindergarten, and I homeschool her like 3 days a week. And it's like, even that, like, what is it called? Like, I'm like reading the lesson plan. I'm like, what? Like, what do I do? What do I say? What? And then, like, this is for kindergarten, okay? So it's just not good. It's not good. I gotta figure something out. But I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about maybe doing like, oh gosh, like a 1 week or 2 week or something carnivore trial. Because, God, I really don't want to do that. I really don't want to be carnivore, but that's one of the things, like, my husband said this too, because he did carnivore for like a few months at some point in the past. I don't know. And he said that was like a noticeable, that was like a noticeable thing, was his mind was really clear. And like, I have zero interest in being carnivore long term. I think it's like not anywhere near being like the sort of diet a person should be on. I'm kind of grossed out by it. And there was something else. But yeah, ew, like, gross. Yeah. That it's like, it's the opposite of my dietary philosophy. Like, I really prefer being more plant-based. I don't like dealing with the gross animal stuff. But I was thinking I would try it just like super short term and see how I feel. I could also, something else I could maybe try is doing more fasting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I tried to do a green juice fast. That did not work. That didn't work. And part of it is just because, again, life is like overwhelming, and it, like from the get-go, just like having to juice, I was like, this is not, this is not gonna work. But it was also just a lot harder because green juice is a lot lower in calorie, you know, than the sugary fruit juices I was drinking in my last juice fast. And so just immediately it felt more like I was just water fasting because of the caloric reduction, whatever. So yeah, that didn't work. And I bought way too much celery. Oops. Yeah. What was I talking about? Yeah, so I tried to do that. It didn't work. And now I'm just trying to eat a lot of celery. And yeah, so oh yeah, fasting. Okay, right. I could try just water fasting more because I've done a few just really short water fasts, like 2 or 3 days. I haven't been able to get myself to the point where, which supposedly comes when you get more used to fasting and you go long enough that the hunger and the feeling like trash goes away and you just feel pretty normal, even though you haven't eaten for several days. I haven't been able to get to that point. But I'd like to see how my cognition would be if I did do a fast for, you know, longer than a few days. So that's something I want to try and do in the winter. I think that exercise would really help too. And I'm just like, I haven't been able to be consistent with it. I exercise here and there, but again, just life is really busy. And I'm like, I just haven't been able to be consistent. What I'd really like to do is do the cold pod in the morning and then like go for a run. But I don't know. Can you leave a 4 and a 5-year-old alone in the house for like 10 minutes? Is that allowed? Will someone call the cops on me? I don't know. They're pretty capable, but anyway. Yeah. So, you know, just freaking, y'all. My 40th birthday is in like a week. Okay. I seem to have lost a few more pounds. I don't know like how or when or why that happened, but I have been pretty consistently between like 165 and 167. And I was like 169 or something. I don't know. So maybe I've lost a couple more pounds. Yeah. So there's that. I'm not quite where I wanted to be when I turned 40. But you know what? That's life, y'all. And at least I lost some weight, you know. Lost a little bit of weight. And yeah, we're keeping at it. I'm not giving up. It's really unreal. Like how bad my cognition has been. It's like my memory is a huge part of it. My memory is really poor. And it feels kind of like I live almost in an eternal present because I just can't remember anything that happens. Like, and I don't really know if it's that it feels like the memories are there, but I just can't bring them to mind. Like I've talked about this before in the past when I talked about my memory issues, Like, it almost feels like when I'm trying to recall something, there's like a physical block inside my head that is preventing me from getting to wherever the information is. Like, that's what it feels like. Yeah, so like that's hard. And I also just like, I mean, that might be most of my cognitive issue. Is that I just can't, like, I really struggle to bring things to mind that I need, like information that I need that's in my head. I can't bring it to mind. Or is it in my head? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, we're going to get it figured out. And yeah, so there you go. Well, there you have it. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks.